A look into police use of force. Law enforcement carries tremendous power and tremendous responsibility. Recent and very controversial cases have put the use of police force in a very bright spotlight. Newly released video from Virginia shows police using a taser on a man the night he died in police custody. The family is now filing a $25 million lawsuit against the police department. And in Los Angeles. LAPD reporting the amount of officer-involved shootings have nearly doubled this year compared to last year. So now LAPD announced this week the creation of the Preservation of Life Award. It celebrates situations in which deadly force could have been used by officers but wasn't. 19 of the 45 total shootings were fatal. In response, KGUN-9's parent company Scripps launched a national research project called Focus on Force to examine how often law enforcement officers use deadly and non-deadly force. Some of the results may surprise you. KGUN-9 Your Side's Craig Smith is here with more on the findings. Craig.
Well, Stella, it would be easy to think police are using force more often. Shootings, killings, and takedowns caught on camera phones out there help leave that impression. Through the national project Focus on Force, our Scripps investigative team of reporters dug into use of force records from police agencies all across the country. KGUN-9 on Your Side discovered more than half of the agencies show use of force actually going down. Just a quarter with use of force on the rise. Our best example of that data is information from the Pima County Sheriff's Department. The Focus on Force report examined almost any type of force an officer may apply.
One round just went out. Put the gun down!
An incident in Marana shows how officers may improvise under pressure. Faced with a man with a high-powered rifle, a Marana officer decided his car was the safest way to stop the threat before the man reached a busy office building. Marana Chief Terry Rozema found the method was unorthodox, but justified.
I absolutely believe that what he did saved lives.
But most use of force is more conventional, and the Pima County Sheriff's Department may be headed for its lowest use of force for many years. Sheriff's stats show just over 2,900 uses of force over the last 5.5 years, a small percentage of the number of times deputies contact the public. The public tends to focus on when officers need to fire their guns. That's often what we see in training scenarios. But training and real-life confrontations often do end peacefully.
Face down. Hands forward.
For Pima deputies, if confrontations did require force, they usually ended with what was described as a takedown. That happened 544 times in 5.5 years. Deputies used tasers 310 times in the 5.5 years reported. Force stats showed dogs were used in 91 cases.
An important and more common law enforcement technique is harder to illustrate. Many agencies are teaching deputies and officers how to handle people with mental illness. Pima County does that. So do the Tucson Police. That helps them gently talk down suspects without the need for force.